Okay, so let's talk about the process of the week. So we have a lot of new processes in our library, and as we go through, we're always adding new processes, first of all, so you should know that, to go back and check the library. And then in these sessions, I'm going to highlight some of our new processes. So this is actually the new process. It's called Key Performance Indicators. So what key performance indicators are they are measurements of your business, basically, of departments, of people, of activities. They're measurements. So these key performance indicators, or they're called key strategic indicators, or people call them different things, but basically they're a metric or a measurement of how something is, the result of something. So this process gives you a few examples, but then it has this form in it, which allows you to kind of create and then ultimately measure your key business indicators. So I'm going to backtrack for a minute. Before you can get here to your key performance indicators, you really need to think about your strategic plan, where it is your business is going, what you want to be producing, what are your key performance indicators, what is the best version of that. So you can't jump right into here before kind of thinking about your vision and where you're going. So there's this process and this one that go together that are both in the library. So strategic target development is about developing your strategic plan, really. And I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times, and you may already have a strategic plan. But if you don't, just consider this. Consider walking through this process, taking a couple hours to just think about what are your target goals. So we've got examples, we've got questionnaires, we've got ways for you to create it. So a strategic target is just basically a 1 or 2 page document which shows the essence of your dream. It's the essence of where you want to be, what you want to do, where you're going to go. These goals in here, when achieved, will throw off certain numbers, which are your key strategic indicators. So if we have a company where everyone feels good about what and employees are satisfied, well then a key strategic indicator should be employee satisfaction. And our goal should be, 90% of employees are satisfied. So that's just an example. But even a simpler one is, if we want to get to $2 billion in revenue, where are we now? And what percentage increase do we have to have over this year to get closer to that so that we can get there in 5 years? So think about your strategic target, what your vision is. Your business needs a dream. It needs a vision. And I'm not saying this just to try to motivate you. I'm saying it because it is the thing that's going to make your TouchStone account and your processes successful. I'm a huge fan of Simon Sinek, and he does, if you don't know him, he's a great teacher on leadership. But this is one of his quotes that I saw the other day. Dr. King gave a "I have a dream" speech, not a "I have a plan" speech. So think about the difference. Do you just have a plan with a set of goals, or do you really have a dream that you follow up with passion that you can get everyone behind? So develop a strategic target. That will lead you to your key performance indicators. So what the idea of the key performance indicators are, first, you identify them. You say what they are. And don't make 50,000. Do 3 or 4 per department. So you notice here I've got key performance indicators for sales and marketing, for advertising. And if you have a CRM, you could probably just, hopefully, if it's a good CRM, you can run a report of these things. So for sales, we want our conversion rate to be 50%. That means every lead that gets taken through the sales process, 50% of them sign up. So think about what your version of that is. What is your target result? Think back to your strategic target. So what does the conversion rate need to be for you to achieve those goals? Think about your advertising, all the different advertising methods that you do. And this should come, if you're going to do it by lead source, that should be in TouchStone. So we should have a process for social media advertising and a process for referrals. So how many leads were generated? Think about operationally. Some of you have operation software which can throw these numbers for you, and some of you don't. But if you don't, even if you do, the idea is that you measure it and you think about it. So productivity, returns, defects, retention. Again, it depends on your industry, but think about what are the key indicators for your business. Every business has these. Every business has that one number. It's a list of numbers. Think about it like this. If you were away from your business, you're off on a beach somewhere relaxing, and you could only have 5 numbers for every department that would tell you if your business was on track or not, which 5 numbers would you want? What would tell you? Those numbers are what you need to keep your eyes on, and those numbers are what you want to teach your managers, your people to keep their eyes on. Motivate them, inspire them to keep their eyes on them. Human resources, this is something that's often neglected. Things like employee turnover, employee training. How many of your employees have gotten a thorough training? Employee morale. So there's we broke this up into tangible and intangible. So here I'm going to show you a trick. When you download this process, there's just going to be one form in it. These won't be here. But if you want to make multiple copies so you can do this by department, here's a trick way to do it. Go up here to the archive. So this is a new feature that we implemented a few months ago. Click the archive. Say OK. So basically, TouchStone's taken a copy of this and thrown it into the archive. And then I go View Archive, hit the drop down, go to Form, because that's what I archived, and there it is. Hit Restore. Now I've got another copy of this. See? Now there's 2 copies. So you're not really supposed to copy things like that in TouchStone, because we do that on purpose so you don't make duplicates when it's not necessary, because duplicates aren't good. But with a form like this, it makes more sense, right? Because you want a form for every department. So that's a way to get, a multiple copy of something inside of TouchStone. I'm going to delete this one for now. So think about each of your key areas and just come up with 1 or 2 indicators, 5 at the most. What are these prime examples of when you're successful and how? Then, here's the best part about it. If you have an indicator that you don't like, so let's go back here. Let's say your conversion rate is 50%. This is your sales rate. And you're measuring that. You and your manager are looking at it. It's not going to be perfect. You're not going to get every percentage right. So just estimate it if you have to, but get to a sense of what it is. Then, if you don't like it, then here's where process documentation comes in. Think about, what do we need to do to improve that conversion rate? That would take you right back inside of TouchStone, right to here, right to your sales processes. What is not working here? This is real power. We're not just going to sit around and complain it's not working and then blame each other for it. Let's look at the sales process. Where are we losing people? How could it be better? So you can essentially take every indicator, back it back to the process that's creating that number and improve it. That's why this is so cool. So download this process and think about it. It's for you to customize and make your own. I'm just going to throw one more Simon Sinek thing at you because I love him. Look at this cartoon. So how this relates to process documentation is I talk to TouchStone business owners, and oftentimes they say to me, how can I get this done as quick as possible? How can I hire someone and do it all until it's done? I'm so frustrated my employees aren't doing it. You need to do it. You're the leader. So build the indicators. Use them. Document a process. Share it with people. Be the example. Because if you want to have power over your business and you want to inspire your people to do the same, to use the processes, then you need to use them. Without a doubt, when a TouchStone user quits and we call them and say, hey, what happened? They say, well, nobody's using it. It's because they're not using it. So, look in the mirror and take control of your business.